Good morning. This is Tamara Sweeney from Love Dominates. It's always about the love. This is the most important thing and the highest vibration there is. Love is the ultimate power. Love cures all. Anyway, before I get started, I just want to thank all my followers. And if there's anyone else out there listening to these videos, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube by hitting the button. You'll always receive our videos. Like and share. And I hope you guys continue this. Well, actually, I hope this ends so that, there's not people out there that are being targeted. Anyway, today's video, I wanted to explain that this is almost a decade later, and I am still going through this. And what I wanted to explain is there's flying monkeys everywhere. Because remember, that gaslighter, that borderline personality disorder, they don't leave you, but they have everybody else doing their dirty work. So watch out. Watch out. When your gut is going like this and you know something's not right, then follow your gut. But I want to go back to just to give a couple examples because I didn't realize what was going on. When I was married and in this cycle of chaos, oh God, I had a term for that. It's like a psychological circus. They just throw everything at you so you can't figure out what's going on. And meanwhile, I'm going, wow, I can handle all this. I'm raising 4 kids under the age of 5. I truck them around to all their games. I do all their schooling, all their CCD, and I work, and I take care of the house. I do everything. I mean, everything. So this person, this borderline personality is constantly sucking the life out of you, and you don't even realize it. And slowly they start chipping away. So when you're outside of the bubble, you start putting the pieces together. But it took me years to figure out what would actually happen because I actually believed this person loved me more than I ever could love them. That's how good they are. So during the marriage, this borderline personality would tell me how much they loved me and how great of a mom I was, and I'm a wonderful wife, and they feel so bad because they're never around, but I'm great and blah, 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 blah. But behind your back, they're building a campaign against you. And you are I found out from neighbors. I found out from my high school friends. He was going around telling people, Tamara's wonderful, but she has bipolar. Her mood swings. I mean, they're good at what they do. They can sell, anything to anyone. So behind your back, they're talking poorly about you. And they create something that's not true. And they actually believe it because they say it over and over and over again. But they are slowly isolating you. So they start with the neighbors, they start with the friends, they get into your family, they get into your siblings, and the isolation begins. And they sell it to you as, I don't know if I could come up with some examples, but it would be like, you're a wonderful person, but your reality is delusional. And just know I'm always going to be here to support you because I'm the only one who loves you. So that's how they suck you in, because all of a sudden you see people disappearing out of your life for no reason at all. You're like, okay, I'm not allowed to talk to my sister-in-law. I'm not allowed to talk to my brother-in-law. I'm not allowed to, my parents are against me. My all of a sudden, all these people are dropping out of your life and they're always blaming you. But they were the ones gaslighting. They were the ones putting all this in motion. And you have no idea. And then they just want to move away, or they want to, take you somewhere so that you can't figure this stuff out. I'm trying to think of other examples. Well, here's a prime thing. When I finally had the courage to say I wanted to leave my marriage, I just wanted to start with a separation. I sat down and told one of my best friends, and I'll never forget, we were in a restaurant, and she just says to me, "Thank God you left. We never liked him because he was condescending to us." And I was like, whoa, what? I'm like, I thought everybody loved him because he was that party animal. He was that socialite. He could, entertain and be the best hostess, whatever you want to call it. So I was shocked what people were telling me. And then there was other things like years later that I found out that, here he was visiting my 93-year-old grandmother. And I'm thinking, what a great man. He's taking his time out just to go talk to my grandma. How sweet. What a good guy. No, there is always a selfish motive or reason for this. And he was bashing me to my grandmother, saying I was a bad mom. So he would say that to my mother because he was calling my mom. His mother was calling my mom. My brother, who he hired, was calling my mom and saying all these false allegations on me to get them to go against me, to isolate you. This is like Stockholm Syndrome. Totally. And once they get you to be isolated, then you are kind of like a magnet to that abuser, because you think they're the only ones that love you and that they're the only ones that are going to protect you or financially secured, whatever the reason may be. Now he's got you. He's got you on the hook because you're stuck. And I stayed in this crazy chaos and I could not figure it out for 20 years. And I am, I'm not the smartest person, but I'm educated. I'm very independent. I would never have thought I was a codependent person. So, and we have a very big heart. And I can tell you this, every one of my followers, if I put them all together and take one big picture, I was just talking about this yesterday, I take one big picture of all of us. Maybe we all should date within each other because we are the good ones. But we all have the same similarities. We all are beautiful people, inside and out, both physical, our hearts and souls. I mean, we give our hearts to everyone and we get stomped on. We trust very easily. We forgive very easily. We're very open people. We smile, we laugh, we're social. These are all the same people that are being targeted by their narcissistic ex-spouse. I was going to write a book years ago called It's Hell Being Me. I think I'm going to change it to It's Hell Being Us, because we're undateable. I say this all the time. Actually, these are things that the borderline personality, that narcissist, the gaslighter puts into your head. Because when I was still living in that house and he knew I was halfway out that door, he was saying that I was undateable because I had 4 children and I was damaged goods. Damaged goods? Who says that? And then, the other thing where someone would actually teach your children hatred to a point where they're telling their children to kill you. It's not only me. I know there's a lot of people out there that are going through this. That's wrong. That's not human. It's very wrong. So if you're a child out there and your parent is teaching you to hate, telling you things that you know are not true. So a couple examples. When that parent is teaching you how to lie, you better get out of that relationship. You better run from that relationship. When you have a parent that teaches you to lie and you know you're lying, that's wrong. It's dead wrong. And my kids know that, but they still do it. They'll swear by it, and they don't think they're doing anything wrong. Nothing. It's the most bizarre, horrific thing I've ever seen in my life. I know of other situations where children are stealing from that other parent. They are spying on that other parent. They are doing ungodly things. Really ungodly things. Anyway, I don't want this to be too long. Let's see. Oh, here's another isolating thing I forgot. I'm just reading some notes. They even get you to quit your job. I'll never forget that. I ended up quitting my job at Yellow Book after being the top producer for like 3 years. They just hate that. They think you're perfect at everything, and they hate everything about you. Everything about you. But at the same time, they want to be you, but they can't be you. So I was told, my exact words were, you don't need that job, just quit. 1 minute we have no money, we're $200,000 in debt, but yet he can pay his mom $10,000 a month, which I had no idea until after I left. But they tell you to quit because, again, they're trying to isolate you. They want to make sure you have no friends, nowhere to socialize, nowhere to talk about what you're going through. So, these are key things or red flags to look for. What you really need to do is find someone from your past, maybe a memory, or maybe a good friend from your past that you can trust, and go talk to them. Or take a memory from your past and really hang on to that and go by your gut feeling. Because my whole entire marriage, my gut was like, this is not normal. But he was never home. So I was like, I'm just going to do this by myself. Because for 17 years, I pretty much raised my kids alone. And it's just like that. Bang, you're out the door and you're a piece of garbage. And even though you have nothing on your record, no domestic violence, no DUIs, no drugs, no abuse, no domestic violence. The minute you leave that borderline personality disorder, because they can't handle, they have fear of insecurities, fear of abandonment, then all of a sudden you're the problem. You are it because you left that person. So let's see here. It's just like Stockholm syndrome. That is, you're aligned with the abuser. You start to develop respect and empathy and compassion towards the abuser, even though your gut knows you're doing something wrong, like in Stockholm syndrome. That's what your children are doing. They're aligned with the abuser. It's trauma bonding. That's what I've heard before. It's called trauma bonding. So, I just wanted to give you some key points. I just don't know how. It's It's so important to get out, but make sure you plan before you get out. I did not plan anything. I just tell it how it is, and look what happened to me. So make sure you are smart. You plan an exit plan, and you have good friends that you can trust, because this is going to be the hardest thing in your life. And still to this day, I have flying monkeys showing up on my door. I have people robbing me. I have people, I can't even tell you what it is, but you will know. Stick with your gut feeling, because they'll send anyone at your door. They'll send someone to date you. So be careful of who you talk to. Anyway, I hope this helps. I just pulled over. Obviously, I don't have a great thing here, but I'm not driving. I had to block out the sun. But really do your research. Have a heart. Keep loving, because you are a good person. Don't let anyone bring you down. Don't let them change the way you are. Stay who you are and get the hell out. Get out. Anyway, study gaslighting, Stockholm Syndrome, brainwashing. It all intertwines. Trauma bonding. These are all things you need to know. All right. Good luck. I love you. We're all going to support each other. And love's the highest vibration. Choose love over hate, and choose compassion over judgment. God bless.